Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into the story of Cyril Ramaphosa. It's a fascinating journey, right? Activism, unions, business, politics, all the way to the presidency in South Africa.
Absolutely. And we've looked at quite a few sources to piece this together.
Yeah, aiming for those critical insights, what really made him tick.
And it's so important, I think, to understand all those different parts, the early life, the big career shifts, to really get a sense of a public figure like him.
Definitely. It helps connect the dots for you, the listener.
Right.
So let's start at the beginning. He was born in Johannesburg, 1952. Venda parents.
And then the family was forced to move to Soweto in '62, apartheid policy.
Yeah, a modest upbringing. And he got involved early with the student Christian movement.
And that background, you can see how it leads straight into student politics. University of the North, Turfloop from '72.
Okay.
He joined SASO, the South African Students Organization, and the BPC, both linked to Black consciousness.
Right, a powerful movement then. And his activism, well, it had real consequences. Detention under the Terrorism Act in '74.
11 months, solitary, for pro-Frelimo rallies.
And then again, right, 6 months in '76 after the Soweto Uprising.
Yeah. Despite all that, pretty incredible, he finished his law degree, B.Proc.
Through correspondence with UNISA while working. That tells you something about his resilience, I think.
For sure. That drive seems key.
So with that resilience, that legal background, the move into trade unions makes sense. He joined CUSA, the Council of Unions of South Africa, in '81, legal advisor.
And this is where things really take off in a new direction. He was central, absolutely instrumental in founding the National Union of Mine Workers, NUM.
At CUSA's request, right, 1982, became its first general secretary.
Yes. And the growth, it was explosive from maybe 6,000 members in '82 to 300,000 by '92. Just huge, representing almost half the country's Black mine workers, a major power base.
That's massive growth. And under him, they took action, like that big 21-day strike in '87.
Challenged the regime, pushed for better wages, conditions.
And you can see how that labor activism fed into the bigger anti-apartheid struggle. COSATU's formation in '85, aligning with the UDF.
Exactly. It was all connected. From that union power base, his influence just naturally broadened into national politics.
Which brings us to '91, ANC Secretary General and then chief negotiator for the ANC in the talks to end apartheid, CODISA.
A really crucial role there, and then chairing the Constitutional Assembly, overseeing the new constitution in '94.
Yeah, shaping the new South Africa.
But then, a twist. He leaves politics in '96.
Right, after being passed over for deputy president. A bit unexpected.
Very, and he pivots completely into business, joins NAIL, New Africa Investments Limited.
And he wasn't just dabbling. He founded Shanduka Group in 2001.
Big interest there. Mining, energy, property, banking, telecoms.
Built up a significant net worth, over R6 billion by 2018. Held directorships, lawmen, MPN.
And also the foundation, Shanduka, now the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation. Education, small business focus.
So a major success in that sphere, too. Demonstrating a whole different skill set.
Definitely. Though that period had its shadows, too, like the Marikana strike in 2012.
Right, the controversy around his call for action.
He later expressed regret, and the Commission of Inquiry cleared him of direct responsibility for the violence, but it remains a complex part of his story.
A difficult moment, no doubt. But then, the return, full circle.
Back to politics. ANC deputy president in 2012.
Then deputy president of the country in 2014.
And finally, ANC president in 2017 and president of South Africa in 2018, re-elected 2024.
And he put his business interests into a blind trust then, to avoid conflicts. Standard procedure, really.
Yeah. Now, just quickly, because you hear these things sometimes, there are these unverified claims floating around. Things like supposed ties to the apartheid police reservists, or that the Oppenheimers recruited him to start NUM.
Right.
It's just important for you to know there's no credible evidence for these. They really contradict the established facts about his anti-apartheid work and how NUM was actually formed independently through CUSA.
Right. Good to separate fact from speculation.
Yeah, exactly. Especially these days.
So when you look back, it's quite the trajectory. Childhood under apartheid, student activist, union powerhouse, negotiator, business tycoon, president.
It really is an incredible arc. So maybe a final thought for you listening. Reflecting on all these different phases, the activism, the union work, the business world, the return to politics, what really stands out? How do you think those varied experiences shaped his leadership style in each of those very different roles?